able to send. This is Lisa Marie. Hey, ladies. I hope you are doing beautifully, perfect, whole, and complete. You know, I always say that because that's what we really want. We want to at least feel that way. We want to feel perfect. We want to feel whole, and we want to feel complete. And I wanted to just kind of break those words down today. So, yeah, let me see if somebody gets on. I know it's very early. It's probably like 5 in the morning on the East Coast. And even earlier than that, 4, 3, 2 a.m. in the morning on the West Coast in the United States. But the UK, y'all closer to this. I think we're on the same time. But anyway, I just wanted to come in for a few minutes. You know, sometimes I got to do a video when Spirit moves me to do it, and Spirit has moved me to do it. So I had a wonderful morning. I've been up since, I got up at 6 because I went to bed at 10 p.m. So I got this little thing, and this is what we're going to be doing in the master class. So definitely, if you are thinking about joining the master class, I hope that this video could inspire you to do so. So what we're doing is getting our calendar together, and I won't go into detail, but there are days that you're going to allow yourself to do certain things that you still like to do. It's just sometimes some of the things that we like to do or that we do, we don't even know if we like it, takes us away from the things that we ought to do. Takes us away from the things that is calling our attention, that is a deeper calling. That's why when I say calling, I mean deep, like calling is deep. We use it a lot, you know, like, oh, I'm waiting for my calling. It's not my calling. Like, I think we don't really understand what calling is. Calling is something that you can't sleep because it calls you. Calling is something that your spirit never really seems to rest with everything you're doing because what you're doing is not what's calling you. You know, calling is a restlessness, something that is you want but you don't even know how. You don't know where. And sometimes your calling, you just kind of push it under the rug because you don't realize it's a calling. You don't think you're special enough to have a calling. You don't think callings come to people like you or to you. But they do. Your calling is, so it's a deep thing. That's why you can't really look at somebody else and kind of do what they're doing. Because if you do that, then it probably is not your calling. And it could bring you some success, but that total great success, it probably won't. And so I think for me, like, it's like, I'm really organizing my life so that I can experience and hear and understand my calling. Because if I can organize my life, what time I go to bed, what time I wake up, and then what I do in between what time I go to bed and what time I wake up, if I can do that, then I can actually hear my calling better. Then I'll know for sure that that thing is coming from the Most High or up high or divine spirit or higher self and not from lower self, right? So because things coming from the lower self, those are things that are based on greed or competition or desperation. But things coming from the higher self are things that you could do already, that is so easy for you, that you love, that you have a great passion for, that it's always kind of been a part of you. That's how you notice the difference of what is coming from a higher self and what is coming from your lower self. Lower self is the basic needs being met. If we talk about the chakra, the first root chakra, that's about basic needs. Did I eat? Did I sleep? Do I have a place to eat? Do I have a place to sleep? So I have a place to live, right? And my basic needs taken care of. And that, some people live and stay there. Unfortunately, the way the world is set up and situations, some people stay there. Some people stay there and don't even have to. But they've been there for so long, for generations, that they think that's all it is. And so we make decisions based from that place. We make decisions based from that base place, that root-based place. So calling, you'll never hear your calling from there. You'll never hear your calling from there. Your calling is something that when you do it, everybody can see that that's what you should be doing. That's it. When you do it, everybody be like, well, if you doing things, and somebody say, oh, I never saw that with you, or I never knew you was interested in that, evaluate that. Because maybe you were not, and maybe that's not your true calling. But when you're doing something and people are like, my goodness, yes. Or my goodness, I could see your passion for that. Oh my goodness, of course you're doing that. It was like, I remember when I first came to Ghana, and then it was after, this was when the pandemic had first hit. And then I was asking my daughter how she was doing in the States, and she said, I'm doing fine. And she said, how are you doing? And I said, oh my God, I'm in Ghana, I love it. And she said, no surprise there. My mama in Ghana and loving it. Which basically she said, my mama in Africa, and she loves it, and she's loving it. She's winning in Africa. To her, what's the surprise? That's when you know, wow, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, everybody knows that I'm about this life. Everybody knows I'm dedicated to this life. And of course, if I got here, I'm happy. And everybody feels that. So that's how you kind of know your calling, is that it's the thing that, yeah, of course, duh. Even you have to say duh. Like, at one point, you're going to be like, duh, of course. Like, of course I'm here in Ghana, or I'm here in the States, or I'm doing this, whatever it is, numerology, working with numbers, reading horoscopes, doing readings in general, being called. But if it's a thing that, oh, you still doing that? It's like, oh, okay. Oh, you still doing that? Okay, well, okay, unless it's good. If it's good, it's good. I think it's okay to go into a business just because it's paying the bills. Let me just say, let me finish. But I don't think it's your higher calling. And your higher calling is something like I said that you gotta do. You have to do. You'll never feel settled in your spirit, even if you don't know exactly what it is. Because when you're doing it and you know it, you feel it, and it's nothing else. And then it grows too. Higher callings grow. A lot of times too, I see people in careers or in lifestyles with people, in relationships, that they're just not growing. Oh yeah, I saw the Joneses. Oh, you saw the Joneses? Yes, what they doing? Oh, they doing the same thing. They working at the sewing, doing the sewing. They doing good. Not to say they not enjoying life, because that's all really is about, enjoying life. I think your higher calling is even beyond. We're life. We're enjoying life. It's fun. I think that you could actually have a great, enjoyable life, and never do your higher calling. I should probably state that. But the higher calling is the thing that I believe that before you close your eyes and leave the earth, you go, but I still felt like I didn't do that, something I was really brought here to do. But the way you find it is you have to put your life in order enough to know, because a lot of times, I used to back in the day do it too, when I was like spiritually confused. And I would be like pulling oracle cards to figure out where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to be doing. But I kept pulling the cards, no matter what card I got. So I wasn't, because I wasn't in a place. I was coming from desperation. I wanted to get out of a present situation each of those times. I had already come to the oracles in a state of desperation. So if you're going into prayer in a state of desperation, meditation in a state of desperation, visualization in a state of desperation, I've done all that. I've done all of that. You'll never hit that point. You'll never get to that. You have to make sure that the things that are putting you or making you feel like you're in a desperate situation is taken care of first. That's what we're doing in the Mastermind group. That's what the Mastermind group is about. So we got out today, ladies are going to get a calendar. They're going to get these 2 spiritual visualization meditations. And also with something else that I thought about today. Oh, and they're going to get, I can't remember. I got to write it down. But it's something that I've done before. Oh, they're going to make sure they get my womb yoga, the one that was the master class. They're going to get that as well. Because I want to get us aligned, especially as a mastermind group. And as Black women, aligned to what do I need to do so that I can daydream? What do I need to do? It's something about getting 8 hours of sleep or more. I got 8. I went to bed at 10, or a little before 10, got up at 6. That is that moment right before sleeping that's happening for me. Something I don't ever remember noticing. And I'm going to go deeper into the Mastermind group today. If you want to join, it's $47 and you can join. And a design came to me, actually two. And I better hurry and write it down, like draw it, so I can put it on a piece of paper. But that has been happening for me. It's the moments right before drifting off to sleep. Because, see, I'm not drifting off to sleep because I'm so exhausted from a hard day. But I'm also not drifting off to sleep because I want to avoid the reality of what's my present circumstances or situation. It is after the bathing, after the music that I'm playing to wind me down, after the deconnecting or disconnecting from social media, like it's a whole ritual. I want to wake up and live. I don't want to wake up and regret, or wake up and want to avoid, or wake up and... I remember that feeling when I was in North Carolina. I used to wake up to what? I used to pray the night before I go to bed that, Creator, please let me wake up to something more. Not just a house with no one in it. Not just the town that is not inspiring to me. Not just the same work that I've been doing for so long that I do love, but I needed something. I knew that I was ready for new. I knew that I had developed myself spiritually. I wouldn't be able to say this then, but this is what I'm knowing now, that I have developed myself spiritually enough that by now I have a high vibe, and I've been keeping the vibe. I've grown, I've changed, I've traveled in many ways, just physical, but I did. So I didn't know then that gave me the right to know for sure that what I wanted was going to come, even if I didn't know what it was. I couldn't tell you then that I could actually say, all I could do that I could tell you that I did was I kept that vibe high. I kept that vibe so high that people got mad. Like I said, I kept that vibe so high that I wouldn't allow people not to, whether it was people on YouTube or whether it was people in my real life. You got to, y'all. You got to, and you got to do it in a crew. Those intensives was my healing balm, my strength. Because I had to teach about something that was strengthening to a black woman every month, I was living or teaching it to myself, and every assignment I had to do. That's why even though I've let go of the intensives, because we're in a new decade, we're in a new cosmic energy field that will never go back to the old one anyway. So I knew that we needed to have more of a mastermind group, a group of women who really all want the same thing. When I say the same thing, I don't mean physically looking the same. I mean the same good life, the same happy black woman life, the same joy every day. I love my life, and I haven't loved it in this way. And it's funny, I love my life with no man. I'm not in a relationship, which I've just, like, I had to wake up today and say, oh my God, for the first time, not talking about the soulmate, here he is. I got a picture in the love corner. He's coming. Like, oh my God, like what? I got the couples all over the place. Sometimes the ancestors will let you go where you need to go. Put up on the wall what you need to put up and be like, you know what, it ain't it, but it's getting you closer. I think about even a guy, like the last guy I was, we were talking, one of them was in South Carolina. I was like, see, that love vibration is the highest vibratory frequency, but it doesn't have to be romantic love, just that love. And I think that I was holding the vibration so high that Spirit said, in order to really push out this baby, to actually dilate those 10 centimeters, on metaphorically speaking, you have to stay in the vibration of true love. And when I got that, I knew it was done, because the person would never for me, like, oh my God, like now I laugh and see, like I could never have lived in South Carolina. That just was, I'm way too big for that. And I mean big in energy. And it was enough to push the baby out, because here I am. But a lot of us, we will get into intuitive thought, and we are so focused on everyday stuff. Granted, nothing wrong, natural, that we never get to hold the vibratory frequency, or get to dream, or get to even know that has come to us in a dream, or before a dream, or after the dream. Like when we woke up in the morning, was really it. Because those basics. So today, I am inviting you to join the Blackberry Beauty Mastermind group. It is $47 a month. It is a membership group. We meet every second and fourth Sunday, which is 4 hours a month, and it's powerful. It's structure and everything, but it's also sharing and crying and happiness and loving and celebrating, and it's serious, and you should come. So I just wanted to say that this morning. Thank you for joining. It starts today at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, U.S. time, and I hope you can join. I'm going to say good morning, and then I'm going to go eat. Oh, hey, Dreamless. Hi, how are you? Yes. Okay, bye. Okay, Dreamless. Rokia says, hey, Rokia. General Mosquito, good rising to you as well. So glad you're here. So, yes, ladies, yeah, and gentlemen, thank you, General Mosquito. I'll be appreciating you. You know that. So this is my other head wrap. This is the one with the Gene I mean. You can't really see, but if you saw the back, you would. And that's orange, and it's my style. And that little white thing is my logo. And I'm loving head wraps, and I'm loving mine. So I'm giving thanks for that. So I just finished. I was up since 6, so I've done a lot. I think it's like 10 now, but I'm going to eat. So I have luxuriated myself, facial, eye, cucumber, rest, just feeling good and looking forward to the mastermind today. So if you want to join, Black women, I invite you to join. $47. I will leave all links in the description box. And I'll see you on the next video. Love you. Don't want to keep it too long. Peace and blessings.